Hello, a very good Wednesday morning to you guys. Hopefully, your day is off to a great start. Most of you probably working from home. We thank you so much for joining us. You are watching Daily Dive. And again, it is Wednesday morning, but it's not just a typical Wednesday, it's actually April 1st, which means it is April Fool's Day. But as I've seen online, a lot of people saying with everything going around, let's just cancel this day. So we're going to bring in Keitha Nelson. She is here, and Steve Fundero, who are both going to be joining us. Again, when you come on in, say good morning so we can give you a quick shout out. Hey, Miss Rosalind, how you doing? There's Keitha, there's Steve. And I think Keitha brought a special guest again. Is that right?
Yes, it is Brooks, but I don't know if she can hear you.
Oh, no, not again. I can't hear you, Brooks.
We always have an issue with Keitha. What in the world is going on? Tina, good morning to you. And Rosalind,
yes, we do have a guest here. This is Miss Journey Lee. But I can't hear you, Brooks. Maybe our producer, David, can help me out. David, can you hook something up real quick? I have my IFB in.
Hey, Keitha, and hey, Keitha's baby Journey. That's Journey right there. We had Trey that came and stole the show last Friday, so now I think Journey may do it as well. But she's actually pretty chill right now, so she may keep it that way. We'll have to see. So we have a lot of stories that we want to get right into. One of the first ones, we know that so many barbershops and salons are closing right now because of the pandemic that we're all facing. And Google has started to see a spike in searches online for tips to cutting your own hair. All right, so I want to hear from you guys. Want to know, what are you all doing during this tough time? Now, if you're like me, you're used to getting a haircut every single week, and it sucks when things like this happen because what are you supposed to do? I'm left out in the cold. And I hear, Steve, you actually used to cut your own hair. Do you still cut your own hair?
I do not still cut my own hair, but still, I think, remember how. I used to cut a lot of people's hair, actually. I think it started in college when it was one of the things I don't have to worry about doing. So I just bought a razor from, Walmart or CVS or whatever, and I would just buzz my head and cut my head. But then I started growing into using scissors, and then I would cut people's hairs up and down the dorms, and it was a good time. It's not as hard as you may think. Just kind of think of it as like mowing the lawn, maybe.
So since I can't hear Brooks, I'm just going to feed off of what I'm hearing from Steve. We're talking about haircuts. I remember hearing this story earlier. I am mortified about that. I can't cut my own hair. You guys know I don't do hair, clearly. That's why I keep it this short. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe I have to. Well, Steve, you can't even help me out from afar. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Say a prayer.
It's tough.
Keitha,
poor Journey.
You don't want to comb
here for her.
Yeah.
Put a hair bow on and comb.
I only can do like one. I think I can only do a fade to a trim. That's like the only thing I know how to do. Like that's about it. So that's the extent of my barbershop skills.
That's still a big deal.
A bad fade, not a good fade. We'll just call it a fade.
Wait, Steve, how about putting a bowl on top of your head and shaving around the side? Do you remember that?
That's what my mom did to me as a kid, so very familiar. Very familiar. I rocked that bowl cut when I was a kid. But it's something it's something we got to come down to. And you got to cutting your own hair. I'm sure there are parents that have already probably already do cut their kids' hair. So crazy times we're living in.
Don't do it. That's not nice.
So
wait, what is Jennifer saying? As a cosmetologist?
Hold on, guys.
Please
we have Jennifer. Yeah, please wait. So Jennifer, first of all, hats off to you, because I know this is probably a very interesting and tough time, unfortunately, for folks like you who are in this business, in this industry. But I'm with you. Yeah, everybody has not. It is not meant to actually cut their own hair. So for me, throughout the week, I have to line up I just give myself a lineup. But every Friday, I will go and actually get my hair cut from a barber. So he'll do the whole fade and everything like that. But even then, I take a risk every single time I put those clippers in my hand for me to come out there on TV one of those days looking crazy, because I didn't leave it to the pros. But when you mess up.
Oh, wait, Mary, I am so with you. I desperately need a mani-pedi. Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you, I reached, am I cutting Brooks off? Oh, my gosh.
A little bit here and there. You're fine.
Okay. So I reached out to my manicurist just to see how he's doing, because obviously they have a lot of small businesses here locally that are struggling, and he's, having a hard time. So I'm going to go do a quick story with him later on today. But it's just like, oh man, I really need a mani-pedi as well. But it's one of those things. We're just going to have to wait.
Gotta
So
wait
I'm
it
going to do a
out.
phone interview with him and put that together for tomorrow for Good Morning Jacksonville.
But let's see all the.
Steve, hold on one second. I
All right,
actually
go
saw Lori that said can't even get a haircut. It's BS. There's only like 4 to 5 chairs in there. But Lori, you have to think about this. When you're getting a haircut and you're getting your hair done, you're really close to these people. So let's just say it's just you and the barber or the beautician or whoever in that salon or that barbershop. You just have to keep in mind that you guys are really, really, really close. And I know especially for barbershops, I mean, they're up here on our face, like their hands touch.
And they're breathing on you too. They get in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look, and if you're one of the guys, we love.
Steve,
to talk
remember,
in the
I'm feeding
barbershop.
off of you, so respond to whatever.
So as you can see, people, we're used to the hands, being all up in our face and stuff. And as Steve was saying, talking and everything too. So I mean, those are the ways that this thing can transfer over to somebody. So that's why it really it means that. And then Chelsea also saying, I'm a cosmetologist. Just don't do it.
It's just too close quarters too. Whether you're going to the barber, like it's close quarters, way too much in the time we're living in right now to just risk it to go out. I'm just trying to feed what you were saying, Brooks, over to Keith. Just getting all close.
I think it's hilarious. We have so many cosmetologists chiming in.
Great.
Please don't
don't do it. Yeah.
How are you guys doing, by the way, cosmetologists out there? I'm so sorry that you guys are dealing with this right now, but hopefully we'll come out stronger, better on the other end. May 1st is the day that we're thinking about right now that'll be working out. And I'm hearing an echo. What is that? Okay.
Fingers crossed. You're hearing me now, Keitha, by the way.
Thank you. Someone just said Journey's beautiful. Thank you.
And whenever we get through this, the business is going to be booming for the barbershops because everyone's going to rolling in with the hairstyles they've never even seen before. I might even have a mullet.
Cosmetologists.
I might have a mullet, Brooks. I'm interested to see what your hair is going to be like at the end of it. Deegan's excited. He doesn't like to cut his hair. He's going to let that thing grow back to the way it was.
This is going to be funny. Let me tell you something. I know the cosmetologists, the barbers and whatnot, you all are maybe, kind of getting into that place where maybe a little hard and you're struggling right now. But I promise you that money is coming. As soon as those shops open, people will be at your door before you open. If you accept appointments, everybody's going to be on time. You won't have to worry about any late appointments because people are not going to miss out on their chance to get that hair just right, those nails just right. And Dory even saying health before beauty. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. Thank you. Unfortunately, still a lot of places don't see it as that right now. Still some people see the money. So they're going because there hasn't necessarily been a ban just yet, even though they strongly urge us not to go to those chairs and stuff. But that's exactly, good that you feel that way, Dory.
Yeah, Brooks, you made a good point. Right now, all of our cosmetologists out there, just chill out and relax, enjoy yourself, save up your energy because probably like around May 2nd or so, it is on. You're going to see a lot of folks just rushing through your door looking really rough, in need of your tender loving care, your special hands. So, yeah.
So have you, I'm seeing some of the comments of what people are saying. Rosalind said, I already have my appointment set. I'm going to be camped out like Black Friday.
Wait, someone said embrace your natural beauty. Hey, there's a difference between natural beauty and looking a little rough. Okay.
Y'all, somebody posted something on Facebook or Twitter, somewhere on social media, and they were like, I've never seen a lack of selfies like I am right now. We know people have a lot of time to take the selfies, but they're like, we're not seeing you guys posting the selfies right now. What's going on?
That's good.
That's a good one.
All right, Chico joined the party. He's down here too. This is a busy
Chico
little.
There too?
Get out of here, busy studio.
Everybody's there. All right, so we have to go into this next story, which is kind of very unfortunate. It's sparking a lot of outrage online. This is out of Las Vegas, and I want to pull up the images. And David, if we can take those images full, because I want people to get a very close look at what is happening out there in Las Vegas. So check this out. These are photos of a parking lot in Las Vegas that has become a temporary homeless shelter. Now, as you can see, those rectangles, they've been painted on the pavement to show those designated sleeping areas. And honestly, just by looking at it, I can't see that it's necessarily the recommended 6 feet apart from everybody. But turns out this was the result of a man staying at one of the shelters in Las Vegas. He ended up testing positive for coronavirus, forcing that facility to close and move everyone out to the
Oh my
parking lot.
gosh.
This is a very unfortunate sight. I know we have homeless situations and problems all year round and everything like that, but this is just really scary on how this was a shelter, and now it's forced them all to be put on the outside because one person tested positive for coronavirus. So I get it, but again, just a very, very, very unfortunate situation.
Those are very powerful images, and it's sad, but I'm glad this is being brought to light. You can't just put the homeless all in one section and put them away and not acknowledge the fact that this issue is here. It's real. I reached out to Salzbacher a couple of weeks ago because I want to know what they were going to do in case that were to happen right here. And at that point, the CEO, she told me that what they're doing, working with the city, they're trying to figure out what to do. Again, in a case like this, because that's the first thing I thought. In a shelter where it's such close quarters, what are you going to do if some person tests positive for it? Because obviously it's going to spread like wildfire. But this is the reality. Those images are so powerful. We need to bring that to light. It's a problem, a serious problem.
Steve?
I agree with you, Keitha. I think just the more people know about this stuff and the more people are aware of kind of the specifics of what's going on, really stresses the importance of the mitigation that needs to get done. You kind of look at sometimes in situations like this, you sometimes people have to really maybe take a personal hit from it or know someone who's personally affected to start taking it seriously. And it's just something for weeks now we've been trying to say, this is something we have to take seriously. So I think bringing these issues to light, like you said, Keitha, is just extremely important for the well-being of the rest of our country to just continue the process of, stressing the importance of mitigation and taking care of what we need to take care of to get through, this whole thing.
And again, Steve, you and I are both from the East Coast. I'm New York, you New Jersey. The thing is that right now it is the epicenter of this coronavirus, and I am not surprised, not one bit. You think about how small New York is. You have the small proximity with so many people living in there, and then the homeless population. Think about the homeless population and how large it is in New York City. You have a homeless person on every single corner. You don't know who has the coronavirus, and they're in and out of sharing facilities, the subway, the bus station. So there's no surprise there to me. And how do you get a handle on something like that? How?
I mean, I think
it's hard to get a handle on something like that. Keith, you're absolutely right. And I think that's the biggest thing people have to realize when you talk about New York. So many people love to travel there. So many people love to visit just to experience the big city life. And that's fine. But you do have to remember that with so many people coming in and out of New York, and yes, with the subways being as they are, I even saw a video on thing where they were saying the subways were finally being cleaned, which we know doesn't typically happen, but now they're cleaning it because of the amount of cases that they have up there in New York. And it's just, this is just all crazy. And I think we all can agree that this is just a very sad place that the world is in right now.
We're seeing society act in ways we haven't ever done, so this is going to be refreshing, in a word. Maybe we use the word refreshing, just like a left hook, just get like getting hit with a sucker punch, and it's something maybe we needed, maybe we didn't need. I don't know. We'll see.
Mary's saying all lives matter, and then Sierra saying the homeless is treated as less than, and it's just sad. And then there are a lot of homeless vets too. There are a lot of homeless vets. So again, I think this is just something that the whole world is facing together. Some definitely have some better, more fortunate situations than others, but unfortunately, we're all feeling the pain. And again, those images, if they don't tell you something, I don't know what will. And Sierra even saying they should still be 6 feet apart, even outside. Yeah, no, you're right, Sierra. I'm not sure exactly how big that parking lot is, and I don't know if they were just trying to get as many as they could within those spots. They could probably only have a certain amount of spots anyway. And matter of fact, some of those spots may have already been lined out there, even though we know that they added some of those lines. So again, all of those different things to think about. Now moving on to Miss Dolly Parton. She's actually calling herself the book lady, people. The book lady. We've seen something a lot more that people are starting to get on social media and read books to children, because we know most kids, if not all kids, are out of school right now during this whole shutdown. So you have Good Night with Dolly that is going to be kicking off tomorrow night on Facebook at 7 o'clock, and she's going to be reading children's books. Now I know Dolly Parton. I know her as a singer, so I don't really know her as the somebody reading children's books, but it may be cool, I guess.
I think it's, you know what? At this point, why not, Brooks? Like at this point, it's like, why not be? Keith, I can't hear Keith. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so a friend of mine was telling me about this when I first had before I had the twins. They were telling me about Dolly Parton's big book club, but it turns out it's only available in certain pockets of the nation. But she pretty much gives free books to children. I mean, any parent in need, and you join this book club, you get books every single month. It's such an awesome organization. So she already is the book lady,
Mm-hmm.
So this comes in line with what she already does, but a lot of people don't know about that program that she has. So I wasn't surprised to see it, but I'm glad to see that she's doing that, because so many kids don't get read to at night. Mom and dad maybe don't have time, or whatever situation may be. So it's really nice to see her doing that.
And it's cool to see everyone trying to give back in some sort of way, right? When this all started unfolding, we started seeing it. Everybody of all, just from everywhere, no matter what your career is, no matter what you're doing, everyone is just trying to give back in some sort of way. So it's something that's good out of all of this dark light that's been around, So kudos to Dolly, and kudos to everyone else that's still out there, trying to give back and help.
I hope Dolly does a little singing for the kids as well. She may hit a little tune before or after the story. Maybe.
You know what I'm waiting for? The duet between Steve and Mr. Brooks. When's that gonna happen?
I can't sing, so it's less of a duet.
Well, I'm sorry, you and the guitar and him
Christmas
singing.
Time.
Well, look, now is the time. We're in need, okay? We need some relief. It's about that time.
Brooks, I'll lay down a backing track and I'll send it to you, and then you sing over it. How's that?
Yeah, let me pray about it. Listen, so I know this is actually kind of crazy. How we've had the conversation about, now working from home and, kind of everything being on lockdown right now, kind of forcing you to stay at home and do other things to fill time. So believe it or not, Friday night, we haven't seen you guys since Friday, so that's why I keep going back to Friday. Friday night, it was after midnight, but I actually went into the studio and started working on some music. I haven't done that in a very long time.
So,
okay.
Huh?
Are you sharing? I mean, what can we hear it?
No, y'all weren't about to get anything. No, I was just thought I would put that out there, to let you guys know that I am going to be working on some things, or I am working on some things right now. So hopefully y'all will get a little something one day soon. I won't put a timeline on it. I don't want to lie, but Brooks can sing, you lead the choir. Oh, just a little. Don saying, please tell everyone that Walmart and grocery stores are not the new meeting place. Get in, get out, and get done. Thank you for saying it.
Hey, what about Home Depot? Have you been there? Now that is a hangout spot right now. Oh my God.
It is.
People have so much time, so they're doing all these, DIY projects.
Yeah.
They're letting Home Depot is only letting 50 people in at a time though, which is their
so they're still doing the limit.
Yeah, so if you go to Home Depot, you wait in line to get in and out, and get your stuff. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where, but I don't think that's happening there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because I know I rode by one close to me, and it didn't look like that. But okay, I mean, hey, but I mean, your grocery stores are letting everybody and their cousins and aunties and everything in there, so I don't know. Sierra said my father-in-law loved her voice, taking singing, laughing, whatever. He would not stop listening to her, or he would stop and listen to her. Yeah, I know that's right, TZ.
Oh, Dolly. Yeah.
So, Keitha, no, you agreed no April Fool's jokes today, right?
Oh, it's April 1st. Oh my, it's so funny. We are so focused on the fact that today people's bills are due
Yep.
and, so many are unemployed. That's where the focus was on this April 1st, not April Fools. It feels like we're living in April Fool's Day for what, like a month now? Golly, you think it's a big, not so funny joke. I keep on saying I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Reading a tweet right here from Alex Livingston, Brooks. Waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out and say we've been punked and happy.
Thank you. You know what? I honestly can say if that happened today and we could just put all of this behind us, I would say thank God. But I understand that's not going to be the case. So we have to find the bright side, which is just that we're home, we are safe at this moment. But I say Google even said they weren't going to do any of their normal April Foolish jokes because they say we really want to keep our attention on what's very important right now.
That's
we
right.
know that's the pandemic, and I mean I think that is so important. And we know April Fools with Google, they have always had some incredible pranks that they put together, incredible jokes and stuff like that. But I respect them so much for kind of putting that to the side and saying, let's kick that back into gear next year, and let's not do that right now because we want to be sensitive to the topic. So I'm totally for that. See anything else? I was just seeing any more comments that we had. So guys, we thank you all so much as always for joining us. We are out of time. My producer didn't yell at me today, but I'm surprised he didn't tell us you got to go. But we do want to thank you guys again so much for joining us here on Daily Dive. Remember, you can always dive into the latest trending topics with us weekday mornings at 8:00. We'll be back here tomorrow at 8:00. And actually, we're going to have Keitha and Lou on tomorrow. We haven't checked in with Uncle Lou. I call him Pastor Lou, but we haven't checked in with Uncle Lou in a while, so he's going to be here as well. Then Steve and Keitha will be back in the place on Friday. What you say, Keith? Jumping us back and forth. But guys, we do thank you so much for joining us. We hope you all stay safe and have an incredible Wednesday. We'll see you next time.